Today I am going to be doing a nude and black cat eye look with a red lip, and I'm going to start off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and this brush from Up and Up at Target. Next, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Porcelain. I'm dotting that on my forehead, cheeks, down my nose, and chin. Oh, and I am blending that out with my Real Technique sponge. Okay, now I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 115, and I'm swiping that under my eyes and on my brand growing on my chin. Now I'm taking the DermaBlend Professional Loose Setting Powder and picking that up with my Real Technique sponge. I am going to set under my eyes and the rest of my face. Now taking my spoilie, I'm going to comb through my brows. And now taking my Maybelline DefineABrown pencil in the shade light brown, I'm going to lightly fill in my eyebrows, which, as we all know, is code for draw them on. Now taking my eyebrow brush and the shade Cork out of the Makeup Revolution Mattes palette, I'm going to set over what we just did. Right, now once again taking my spoilie, I am going to comb through my brows. Picking up the Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess. In the dual-ended EcoTools brush, I'm going to carve out my nose. Now picking up my E.L.F powder brush, I'm going to bronze the rest of my face. Using the Luxie blush brush and the Clinique blush in Sunset Glow, I'm going to add some color to my cheeks. Taking the highlighting shade from the Maybelline Master Blush palette, I'm going to highlight down my nose, my Cupid's bow, and the tops of my cheeks, bringing that over a little bit towards the apple of my cheeks. Normally this is the part where I pick up my Real Technique sponge and blend everything together, but today I'm going to let that sit there for a little while and begin working on my eyeshadow. I'm taking the Morphe 25B palette, and I'm going to take this warm chocolate shade and lay down that color first in a cat eye shape and into my crease. The brush I'm using to do this is an INSPR Inspire brush in 288 fluff brush, and I'm going to begin today by applying that brown shade on my lower lash line. And this just helps me to figure out where to go for the cat eye look when I begin the blending on the eyelid. So now bringing that first into the crease, out a little bit on the outer corner, I'm going to start working that up in a bold wing shape on the upper eyelid. Now taking a darker brown shade, I am going to dip into that and then go over what we just did with the warm shade. Now taking my Smudge Stash blending brush with a little bit of brown, I am going to blend all that together. And that is that Porcelain brown shade. Now I'm going to take some more brown on that, the dark brown on that Inspire brush and add some more depth to the outer corner. Now dipping into the black, I'm going to start going over the browns that we laid down. Just lightly dipping in. Again, going into that black, laying down light layers. Now taking my Smudge Stash brush, I am picking up the gray shade and blending everything together. Give it a nice smoky look. Doing the same to the other eye. Now going back in with my Real Technique sponge, I'm going to carve out that outer corner so it's nice and lifted. Now, once again, taking another Real Technique sponge, or taking the Real Technique sponge again, my apologies, I'm going to blend in everything we did on the face. Now taking this pinky nude shade from the palette, I'm going to lay that down on the innermost corner, everywhere we did not put brown and black. And this will give us a nice base for our shimmer we're going to lay down on top. Although honestly, if you wanted, you could stop right here and be done with it. Go on to mascara, setting spray, and lips. I'm taking the Smudge Stash brush once again and making sure that I didn't lose any of that black. Now going in with this Nude Rose Gold shimmer shade, I'm going to lay that on top of the matte nude shade we put down. Going in with the DermaBlend EcoTools brush, the precision blending in, I'm adding just a little more of that black on the inner crease because we lost some laying down that shimmer shade. Okay, now going in with that warm brown shade and a little bit of the deeper brown, I'm going to go back to the lower lash line. Now using the Wet n Wild Black Coal Eyeliner pencil, I'm going to line my waterline. I'm going to line all the way in on the lower lash line, but just the outer corner of the upper lash line, just to help with that lifted effect. Now going in with the E.L.F. Definer brush, I started to blend out that eyeliner into the brown, but it wasn't giving me the effect I wanted, so I did dip back into the palette with a little bit of black and laid it on top of that eyeliner that we put down. Going back in with that dual-ended EcoTools brush, the short shader side, I am blending out that black, only on the outer corners. Now picking up the Makeup Revolution Mattes palette, I'm taking that white shade, the very first shade in the palette, and I'm using it to highlight my inner corners and the inner lower lash line. And because I don't want to lose any of that shimmer, I'm going back into the Morphe palette and laying a little bit more of it back down. Now I'm going to use the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara in the shade Black, and I'm going to coat my lashes. 2 coats on top, 1 on bottom. Today I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay lip liner in the shade Blush, and I'm going to line my lips, overlining a little bit on the right side of my upper lip because my lips are crooked. Now I'm going in with the Mary Kay lipstick in the shade Appleberry. I am going to apply this to my lips. And then finally I am going to set my face with the E.L.F. Matte Magic Makeup Setting Spray. And that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!